Welcome back. Let's have some fun. In a previous video, we talked about how to find MAC addresses and how to troubleshoot connectivity by finding where a certain device is located. In this video, we will talk more about it in a practical scenario for this. For example, we now have here our network, same network as the previous video. We've left the configurations the same, and we are going to use the MAC addresses of the devices so that we can troubleshoot. And why would we want to do this? Well, for example, if you've already studied a little bit about spanning tree, you know that you want a certain device to be your root bridge. This is the guy, this is the important guy in your network. And if we look at our network here, just by looking at it and looking at the internet, it should be obvious that you want the core to be your root bridge. Why would you want any of these other bridges here to be the root bridge of the VLAN? And if we've set it up by default like these are all on VLAN 1. It's all per VLAN spanning tree. So if I put in another VLAN, it would run the spanning tree protocol for these and pick a root bridge for that specific VLAN. But let's look at this one. So if we do a show spanning tree, and you could just do show span to minimize it and type faster. Okay, show spanning tree, it tells us the ID of the root bridge, and it's right here. 0C08CCCD. Let's copy that. So right off the bat, it's telling us that we are not the root bridge. Okay, and it's telling us which port we are using to get to the root bridge. It's telling us that we are using gigabit 00, which is this interface that's going down to the distribution 1 switch. Okay, so why wouldn't it be the root bridge? Well, it battles out, you could say, by MAC address, and you could see that this core switch has a MAC address of 0C5F. So this one starts with a lower number, and that's how the priority is based. And right here, it's telling us which port it's using. But with the same principles we learned earlier, we could do show MAC address table address, and we could paste this MAC address, and it doesn't show us anything because it hasn't had any traffic flow through it, so it doesn't find it at this moment. But right here, it's telling us it's on gigabit 00. So let's go take a look at gigabit 00, which is our connection to distribution 1. So if we come here and we do a show span, okay, so we are not the root bridge. Distribution 1 is not the root bridge. It's telling us it's this guy still. Same MAC address that we picked up before. And now it's telling us that, hey, you're gonna find the root bridge on G12. Okay, so G12 is this guy right here that goes to access layer 3. I mean access switch 3. So what in the world? And take a look. This bridge is the root. Now that makes absolutely no sense. If you were designing a network, you better ensure that the core switch is the root switch. It makes no sense that this access layer device would be the root. But obviously it won out the battle. It won out the battle based on its MAC address. So it said, okay, well, I'm the lowest number. I won. I am the root bridge. So now we got to make it where we don't want this guy to be the root bridge at all. And there are several ways that we could do this, and there are multiple ways to ensure that this guy never becomes the root bridge. But for now, let's just force core 1 or core to become the root. And usually in a core environment, you also have 2 redundant core switches. So I'm just using one for simplicity's sake. But we can have a very simple way of doing this. Look at how, check how easy this is. Spanning tree. Okay. And remember, this is per VLAN. So we have to go to VLAN. We have to put the VLAN number and check it out. Today we're just going to use this one, but you could also configure priority. Okay, but today let's just do root. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we could either make it the primary or the secondary. Now we don't have another core switch, so let's just make it primary, right? And then that's it. Let's hit enter. So let's see, show spanning tree. Am I the root now? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Now, if I come to the access switch 3 that was the root before, does he agree with me? Or did he say, you know what? No, I'm gonna be the root bridge. Now, check it out. Check it out. It's telling who is the root bridge. This guy. And this is me, or I should say this is switch 3 or access 3. But it's telling me that the root bridge is found by going to gigabit 10. So switch 10 or port 10 is this guy, and it's taking me back to distribution 1. So if I go to distribution 1 and I do a show span, it tells me that the root bridge is found on gigabit Ethernet 00. Cool. Where is gigabit Ethernet 00? Right here. So it's taking me back. So everyone agrees on who the root bridge is. Who is the boss? Who is the one that will determine how things get processed? It's very important that if you are designing a network, that you ensure that your core switches are your root bridges. That is very important. Very simple, right? Just troubleshoot, take your time, make it happen. In a future video, I will go deeper into the root bridge selection and what happens when you have multiple cores and when you have multiple VLANs. Please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you here again.